What's up, one viewer? How you doing today? It's like 4 in the morning, but I'm about to go live real quick, man. Get a little bit of game and a little bit of pain in. What's up? What's up? What's up? The good old saying, "No pain, no gain," is really a fact. You know what I mean? You gotta kind of almost embrace the pain. You know what I'm saying? Don't erase the pain. Don't try to erase the pain. Try to embrace the pain. Try to embrace the pain, especially as men. You know what I mean? I don't know who's watching, but as men, it's very important that we take note of when we run from things versus when we come to things. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, come to things meaning like when we arise to a solution about something, or how much testosterone and how more manly you feel to solutionize a situation than to evade like a woman and kind of like run away from everything and wish that things were better. But we have a reward system inside of us that's always at work. See, the real reward doesn't come from a woman. It doesn't come from money. See, we have these symbolic things on the planet that make us feel like we're doing something, but it's all integrity. It's all as within, so without. You want to feel outwardly attractive, then you want to do inward, like math. You want to do inward solutions, like. But this video ain't about that. Also, if you want to feel inwardly good, you could do outwardly things. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people traditionally knew this, which is why also approaching 15 women a day is bigger than just some type of hassle or some type of, oh, buy my product, but I need y'all to go out here and talk to women first. No, I need you to, if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. I need you to first think that. You know what I'm saying? If something ain't for you, it ain't for you. But that actually goes into today's topic about body language. If you look at the title, my fucking throat hurt already. I don't know how long I'm gonna be doing this. What's up, one viewer? Um, I left y'all on a cliffhanger the other day as I spoke about direct game and indirect game, and those are two different versions of the same thing. Um, Going indirect with a woman is just simply, uh, you might go to a store somewhere, and then you see a chick you like, and you say something, or you address the people, or you say something funny, or you say something cool or exciting, and you get that woman attention without necessarily making her alarms go off. Like, this guy is trying to have sex with me. Like, you know what I mean? That's indirect. I probably just defined it the best way you ever heard it. And then you got direct game, right? So I just defined indirect. Indirect. Direct would be what? I walk to Target. go inside the target. I see the target, them thick hips, and I walk directly up to the target and I let the target know that, hey, you caught my attention. I want to take you out. Hey, I would like to take you out this whatever. You don't even got to say the day, but you let her know you want to take her out, and that is being very direct. Both openers or approaches have its pros and cons. Pros and cons. But why do I even mention any of this in the first place? Because her body language speaks louder than her words. Her words are just like, her words is like the decoration. Is this mic on? Yeah, this mic is on. It's only two people in here. What the freak is going on, man? But you know I'm game like motherfucking Will, so I don't really care. I don't care about that audience shit for real. Anyway, uh, her body language speaks louder than her words. Ours do too, as men. And like as I put my arms like this, I probably am projecting a lot more alpha energy automatically than if I'm like closed off, hunched over. It's simple math. Unfortunately, in America, a lot of people don't get taught what could be considered a life and death situation, right? You ever say that, they say when you see a bear, you just act bigger. Well, they never said when you see a biatch, you feel me? Nah. You just act bigger. Oh, time is it? And she's like, damn, who's that? Because human beings have a nervous system, a biology. And your biology is more interesting to me than anything she can imagine. But anything she can imagine, anything she could say, anything she could speak. Now, the only reason why what she speaks is interesting is because usually, if you got game or if you know game even a little bit, you know that what she speaks is also very much so interwoven into how she think and feel, and that gives it some merit. But even then, that merit is still the lesser of what we want to look at, because when a woman says, "I would never date Duke Dennis," like that Quinn chick that was on Kai Cenat thing, nobody asked her if she would date Duke Dennis. So if you read between the lines, which is what we're supposed to do as men, and not take things at face value, you would see that she's obviously attracted to Duke Dennis. But she wanted to say that because maybe there is something about him that she is turned off about, but still she would sleep with him. Otherwise, she wouldn't say nothing at all. This is decoding and understanding what's not being said. What's not being said. Understanding what's not being said. or what's being said, either way. But understanding that whether she's saying something or not saying something, you'll never decode it unless you actually know how to decode it. Going beyond the veil, going underneath the beauty, underneath the lips, underneath the perfume, underneath the wet hair or the ass, the titties, I mean, whatever the fuck she got to offer visually. This is why English is, I was gonna say important, but I say everything, and I can't say English is everything because it's not. Because, like I said, um, our body language is also important. You know what I mean? Our body language also means something. A real smooth criminal, a real smooth operator. I mean, smooth operator, not smooth criminal. Smooth operator actually breathes very slow, breathes through his nose, not through your mouth. Breathe through your nose. Very calm, cool, collected breath work. Because it's all neurons. It's all neurology. Neurology, not psychology. Psychology is for the people who tries to psych somebody out. Even though I'm not saying it's not attractive thing to be smart in psychology, it's very, actually, I would say that psychology matters a whole lot. I'm interested in biology, which is to me symbolically why somebody's doing something. And they can't even explain it. Like, why do I like Hershey over pecan or some shit like that? Why do I like strawberry shortcake over pecan? And they can't explain that. I can't explain why I like strawberry ice cream. I can't explain that shit. My nervous system can. The associations that I make with that flavor is the coding to the reason why I do it or don't do it. Like pecan, it tastes a little too salty for me. I've never even thought of the reason why I don't like it. I just ate it one day and said, this ain't that good. I can tolerate it if there's nothing else to eat. But if it's next to strawberry, then I'll kick the can. I will quit that thing for that thing right there. Does that sound familiar? That sounds like a woman. I mean, a human being that makes decisions, but I'm just saying in terms of dating, it's the same dynamic. People call it hypergamy. Well, then become the guy that you're saying she left you for. Not literally, but financially, mentally. Be that guy. She left you, it bothers you. There's no difference between you and someone else. It's just a level up type of thing. If y'all know women smash upwards, meaning they don't like to go downwards in their sexual experiences, then get up. Get up. Stop staying still. Stop not learning. Stop not learning the things that women like. Because obviously the more things you inherit or catch wind of that women like, you naturally become an idealized version of who they want to sleep with. And of course, integrity is very important in life in general. Like even with YouTube, like I say this all the time. When I got little viewers, I always bring it up and I say, "What the fuck?" But me just hopping off and be like, "Oh, I don't got no views today. Let me hop off." That could either be a smart decision, so I don't waste my time, or it could be B, a weak flaw as a man. It could be either one anytime. Your ability to sit in a situation with no views, it speaks to your what do they call that? Delayed gratification, but it's another word too. Resilience. And resilience is so key in everything we're talking about right now anyway. Even learning how to talk, even learning how to communicate more effectively is tied to resilience because I have to actually come back to the knowledge over and over and over and over until that shit, until it gets hardwired into who I am. It may take 2, 3 years just to know how to talk in a way that's smooth. Are you going to allow the circumstances of your life to cut you off from that growth, or are you going to actually be a difference maker and get where you need to go? Are you going to stop questioning if body language really matters? Because I know I did that for all my life. Like I said, I wasn't even a big verbal guy. I would be verbal amongst the homies, but amongst women, I don't speak a lot, and that could be very attractive actually, very mysterious. You know, I don't know why saying less is actually attractive in dating. Like I said, it might be the mysterious aspect. It may frame you as a seductive creature naturally. I just think the less you say, the more you yield. Whether that be attention, whether that be views, whether that be a manifestation. I think the universe feeds people who don't give. We're taught to give and share with our friends when we're young. Share this, give that, which is like, again, it's easy to buy into that, but like, is that the real answer? Shout out to who just came in here with them hearts. I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot because we're having a real scarce night. There's not a lot of viewers came in here, but I appreciate you. I said a whole lot too with minimal people in here, and I'm proud of that type of shit. What's going on? I think this mic about to be messed up. Nate, have I seen you before? What's good, bro? How's the live been? The live, it's not a lot of people in here, but nah, bro, it's cutting. It just came back on, but it didn't cut back off. I gotta charge some of this joint. I gotta charge some of the some of the pieces, if that makes any sense. Like this piece and it's two pieces. Can you hear me right now though? How's your day been going? How's your Sunday, man? How was your Sunday? And as you can see, the title is about body language and stuff like that. I appreciate you if you keep pumping the hearts. Um, get me in the algorithm somehow, some way. Um, but like I was saying, it's important to be patient no matter what. But this is a real grind. You know what I'm saying? But to get back to the main point, body language, something that you can just look at, you can observe, and you can emanate your own body language. And in fact, I feel like that's the thing in my life that I fucked up at. Yeah, props to you going live. People on the internet are bold. They say whatever. What you mean? Yeah, man, I do feel like there's. I mean, I feel like I've been baptized in it for so long. At this point, I'm desensitized when it comes to approaching women. I'm desensitized when it comes to what people think, especially like online. Like maybe more so in the say if I was to go to Target and there's like seven people in a circle and somebody's joking on me, I might be more sensitive to that. But I've learned like I don't really know nobody on the internet. I know a couple people that do YouTube across the 50 states, but I don't really know nobody. And then it's just like being a lifestyle and dating coach or pursuant of one, or you know, you gotta understand that people are gonna talk shit, especially women. Women are people. Yeah, people are like people are our worst enemy. Not tigers. See, when we were young, when we were when we were old. See, it's funny because you said in the wild, and I'm about to talk about the wild and animals. That's crazy. Nate, where you from though? I'm about to put you on the headphone real quick. Yeah, I got you in the headphones now, man. So Cali, okay, for sure. Shout out to Cali, man. Real talk. Animals are best at reading body language. Like I said earlier, if you see a bear, you gotta go like this. But I'm gonna expand on body language after I read what you're saying. Like in a wild type shit, I feel like humans do the same. You gotta watch people. Nah, facts. And people are very easy to decode because you could. I don't know. Like I feel like I could look at people and see. I could read like aura, not like other like I don't know what other word there is, but like I could read a person's almost like their intentions. Like you know what I'm saying. Like if I'm out and about, like and a lot of things. One reason why I feel like I could read people's intentions, and when I say their intentions, not like I'm not psychic. I don't know their exact intention, but I on a scale from good and bad, useful and unuseful. I think humans. I think we naturally know how to do that. So you see somebody again. A lot of it be if they hunched over. Like, what is a hunched over person going to help me with in my life? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you can tell someone is cis, you know what I mean? There's psychopaths and crazy people around us every day. We just don't know it. Oh, sus. Like if you could tell someone is sus, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's facts. There's psychopaths and crazy people around us every day. Yeah, it's all different types of people, and that's the thing. Is it's like that's what this video really about is decoding energy and decoding like aura and uh but in dating dynamics, it's like that woman. Okay, so my whole premise for making this video was like when you go up to a chick and you approach her, it's A and B. You know what I'm saying? There's no C. You know what I'm saying? Now it's only A and B on your end because the question for yourself is, am I going to go direct or indirect? Which boils down to, uh, you, what you want to do, right? And it's like, thank you for the hearts, appreciate you. But um, she's gonna show if she's attracted to you or not. The problem is that guys are going to try to. I can't even say it's a problem. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I just made a video on somebody text message and trying to win a woman over. I don't really believe in like when I was in seventh grade, I used to act like that. Like I would be, but I do associate that with like manliness to a degree. So I can't. That's why I said I'm not gonna knock it. Like you know what I'm saying. Like, but as I'm 30 now, I feel like I'm not running behind nobody. You feel me? So it's kind of like that's where I'm at with it. Like so that's why this body language video even means something to me because when I was in seventh grade, I wasn't reading no body language, and in fact, I just knew, like, you know what I'm saying, like she going, you know what I'm saying, or not. But when you're that young, most women are going. But uh, so what I said was her nervous system, which is biology, talks more to me than anything she can imagine, anything she could say, and anything she could speak. Now, she can say anything, but I'm gonna look at her body language because her body language is going to say something subconscious or something knee jerkingly, whereas though her mouth and her opinion and her smile and all that shit, that fake shit, she can act anyway. Oh, how you doing? Oh, thank you so much. You think I'm pretty? I just got out of bed and you complimented me. You understand what I'm saying? It's a loop of negativity and lies. Yeah, exactly. Some women don't like men being direct with them, and some do. But you can tell off how she wait, hold on. You can tell off how she reacts, right? Approaching women has to be light and friendly. Some dudes try to holler hella aggressive. And again, everybody got their own style, but I'm just saying like, and I think I mean as far as again like I would say tonality is important. You know what I'm saying? Like I would agree with you. I would say tonality, body language. These are two out of a couple things that you can actually do something about. And that's my whole point for making this video. See, me, I'm aware of body language. I'm aware of straighten up your back, put your shoulders back, keep your head up, and all that shit, right? You learn that from your mom growing up. You know what I'm saying? Straighten up your back. They'll say shit like that. The problem is the way your mom say it, it doesn't really stick. You know what I'm saying? But if you was to get into like a camp or a group of men and then we talk about that, or even the military or anything, you'll change. You'll make a real change. And that's what this channel is about. That's why I love this channel. It's about real change. It's about everlasting change. Nothing is cooler than changing to where you don't have to think. That's what the nervous system is about. But my whole point was anything she says, and even some of what she does, depending on how hard you're pushing, has a little bit of merit, but it has less merit than her body language. Because if she does it on her own, then she's not listening to you. Shout out to Mr. Lucario on that one. If she does something like approach you or do something, that's from her agenda, which I'm not mad at, but I'm just not really buying into anything that's not built by me. Like a relationship that's built by her is that problem in the first place. Um, in NLP, they teach us that what's good, Braden? What's good with everybody in here, man? Hit that like button. Go ahead and sub if y'all new to the channel. And NLP, NLP is called Neuro Linguistic Programming. Neuro is the part that I love. Language is the other part. So my language, when I meet a chick, my language, whether I went direct or indirect, she needs to. This is why voice, to go with what bro was saying, Nate. This is why voice is so important. That's why I didn't say hollering is bad. Shout out to Tupac. We love Tupac because he was hollering. I love Tupac because he was hollering. See, that's why I say every man has his own style. Because you could be Chief Keef, you could be mumbling. The question is, do she like you or not? Based on what? Does it really count if a chick randomly likes you? Who cares? I had many chicks randomly like me. Who cares? I hardly remember those chicks. You know what I'm saying? I hardly remember them. It was good for the night, it was good for the year, it was good for the month, whatever. But everything must be meticulously done on purpose by the man in order for it to actually mean or turn into anything meaningful. Other than that, it's propaganda. So, linguistically, my language, the words that I choose and use, should be built to 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 what's that word? I want to say infest. No, but what's that word? Your words should go into her. They shouldn't go around her or be in front of her or be near her. They should go in. Your words, we're men, we're penetrative creatures. We penetrate. She's a yielding creature, like, you know, she yields, but the man penetrates. And so your words should get her open. Your words should create openness. Like we called the beginning of a chess match an open move, an opening move. You see what I'm saying? See how I drew that correlation right there, or people in the pickup community call it an opener. Why? And this is why I love this shit, because why would I talk at all if I'm not talking to win? See, this is how I've cultivated my new version of myself. Like I'm like Super Saiyan right now. I'm like, why would I talk? For what? Val Powers was good. My cousin once yelled across the street, literally gibberish, and pulled a pack of women. That's what I'm saying. It just depends on. It depends on whatever it depends on. Like it's many different variables, and I need y'all to know that right now. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Powers. It's variables. It's like a chess game. You know, if you look at chess, it's somebody who let us know that it's so many different ways to go about a chess game that nervousness is a natural reaction for anybody when you know how many ways you can do something. That was my biggest problem with getting into the game, was me. I would always overthink in the first place. So then when it came time to like really like try to learn Rizz or how to talk, it's like you're always gonna, it's levels, huh, big dog? What you mean? Almighty, talk to me, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm a lifestyle dating coach, man. And I'm giving y'all so much game. Y'all gonna have to run this back. You're gonna have to run this back. I appreciate the love. Y'all gonna have to run this back. This is body language. I'm tying in what you say to what they do, because a lot of guys um don't understand NLP. And I'm really new to it, but I'm really invested in it. And there's also a term in NLP. I'm gonna share it with y'all. And I'm gonna ask y'all, what do y'all think it is? It's called leading. I mean, my bad. It's called pacing and leading. Pacing and leading. What does that mean to y'all? Can y'all define what that is? I got two terms for y'all. The second one is presupposition. I know y'all don't know what that is. Presupposition. What's your thoughts on home? Hold on. Can you read her body language? I'm just gonna put this in there for now. That's funny as shit. Um, what's your thoughts on homeless men having baddies? My thoughts on homeless men? I don't think about men, but if I'm gonna think about men, because you told me to think about men, then I don't really have a thought about another man. Do you? Can you tell me what your thoughts is on men? I'm talking about women and the way I relate to women and the way that if you could take a bite off of my content, bite off of it. But if you can't, then you can't. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to throw that back at you, Val, just to see what you think. If I could pick your mind a little bit. And I would even argue that a homeless men don't need coochie. Like they do, they could find a homeless woman, I guess. But if hey, my boy, some player shit. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. Like, you see what we was talking about, Nate. You see what type of shit we was on from the beginning. We could talk about finance if that's what Val wants to do. We could talk about finance. We could take it to that realm because I'm not saying it don't matter. And in fact, I think that being poor is a multi-layered thing. So like people when people don't have any game, they always bring up money, like naturally. Need again, NLP, neurology or biology has patterns. So like the pattern is there. And so I'm not shocked. No offense to Val Powers, but I'm just saying we not talking about money because a woman, money is not. You weren't born with no money in your hand. You know what I'm saying? You weren't born with no money in your hand. So we, like I said, we could take it there, but I really don't want to. But if you want to take it there, let's take it there. But I want to continue with where I was going with it. If y'all got questions, don't be afraid to ask. But just ask something more deep, more depth, more importance. We all know money is something you could use, and if you broke, just say that, Powers. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not, then you're not. Materialistic things stay on earth. We leave eventually. Again, I'm not saying money don't matter. I'm just saying like this ain't a money channel. This is a dating channel. It's lifestyle design, yes, but I, again, that thought I don't know if he was trolling because I don't know where he is now. And when people ask one question and they leave or they get quiet, I'm like, that person was trolling. I'm just going to assume that they was trolling. But like I told you earlier, Nate, you gotta have what is called you gotta be zeroed in on your goals because there's a lot of things and people that say they I don't know where he's at. I wish he would say something so he could clarify that he wasn't just being like a certain type of way. But there's people who come in here, they assume that I'm broke or I don't have a job or this or that. And the funny thing is, if I don't have a job, see, I see a bum as a person that doesn't do anything, that don't try. Let's see. Homeless men are far as well. Hold on, let me see. Nate said, "Nah, some dudes try to use their money to get women." Yeah, I mean, again, and it's like I'm teaching things that to where guys don't even have to do it, but that's why it's kind of annoying because it's like if you don't can't hear or see the concept of what I'm saying. Like if I was to click on this video and I was to see the title and the thumbnail, I don't know if y'all can see the thumbnail. I'm gonna naturally know exactly what he talking about, and then I'm gonna try to see like, do he know what he talking about? But asking about money, I don't know how old you is, Powers, but asking about money is something that shouldn't even be in it. Cause okay, let me ask you, Val, do you got a job? Do you got a job? Put a one in the chat if you got a job or a side hustle. What's good, Tyrell? How you doing, bro? Where you checking in from? Okay, so y'all both got a job. He said you have enlisted into the grouper army yet? Have you enlisted into the grouper army yet? What the fuck is a grouper army? Um, so y'all both got jobs. So do y'all have regular 9 to 5 jobs? Do y'all make let's say like I'm not trying to pocket watch, but say like when I was doing security, I was making like 900 every 2 weeks. Now that's about what 400, uh, um, 450 a week. It's not a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like they laughing. I'm just trying to calculate people pockets real quick a little bit. See what y'all doing, because at the end of the day, if y'all want to make it about money, let's make it about money. Like it's a chick that work at Burlington that I seen earlier that I tried to pick up like a couple weeks ago or months ago, and I seen her today, and she's a security guard. Like and somebody else I was chopping it up with earlier is security. You know what I'm saying? Like money ain't hard to get. It could become hard to get, but it's not the end of the world if you don't got it. But see, I mean it could be. I ain't gonna hold you, but like that's why I'm not about to skip over this topic. Let me see. Homeless men, as far as men not needing pretty anything but just to lead women. All right, so say that then. I wasn't making it about money. You saying you're making it about leadership skills. You just that's what it said right there, right? You make it about leadership. And ironically, I want to agree with you, bro. I want to agree with you. And because women in the USA, especially black women and Spanish women, and many whites have kind of been pushed to go get these jobs and go get their degrees and bachelor, all this crazy shit. And guys have been kind of like or redirected or indirected to just like sell weed or do stupid shit. Even like things that are like cutting hair, like that's like kind of like not stupid, but you don't make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like like there's a lot of things that have potential to make a lot of money, but guys don't scale. Yeah, leadership. So my idea of leadership is has nothing to do with money. You know, I've been studying dating long enough to see that. Well, first of all, let's take a second to recognize that every woman is an individual. Something I never used to do. You know what I'm saying? Something I never used to do since age birth to probably even like yesterday or a couple of days ago. I never, well, no, like a couple of weeks or months ago is when I really declared that because I had to become a dating coach to really observe that. You know what I'm saying? Like women are pack animals, pack people, pack species, whatever. They love each other and they kind of hang with each other and they go off of each other's opinions and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, nature has it to where if I fuck Brianna, Jasmine could hate it, but Brianna still just got fucked, meaning that y'all don't get in each other casket and die together. You know what I mean? Like yeah, just like how us men we could be bros and all that, but similar, we came in the world on our own, and I think the world has binded and bonded women so closely together that they think that they're gonna like they think something, but they know neurology. Remember, they know internally that um I'm alone. I'm alone. And I would even say to y'all boys is what I'm trying to say in the first place about body language is these women are lonely anyway. Besides Big Dick McGriff and Tyrone, you know, they're all alone. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really care about how big your Johnson is as much as porn tried to um, sabotage our brains with those thoughts and stuff. Like women care about the connection and the way you make them feel. And you can have the smallest dick on the planet as long as you make them feel the right feelings and you give them space to talk and speak their own mind and stuff like that. Like there's many different cabinets of why a woman uh, becomes intrigued on a psychic level, on a psyche level. I agree completely. It doesn't. What? Wait, let me see. Um, Nah, I seen a streamer say talking to women in uh, New York City is like taming a lion. Geography matters. Geography matters. Yeah, I believe it do matter. I mean, I lived in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in North Carolina, I don't man. It was this chick I met that she was from Tennessee. But I'm like I said, every woman is an individual. So y'all got it. That's something I'm trying to get in y'all skull. I ain't gonna lie. Like y'all, thank you for reminding me because I'm gonna keep like for the next rest of the year, I'm just keep going back to that point because I always tell people like when you look at attraction, you gotta think like this. Most people say 5 ways to get more women. Make the video, mass produce it. It's gonna hit more people, more eyes, more clicks, and more people have the opportunity to what like connect with the content because it's so open for interpretation. Why is that dangerous though? Because he's assuming as a content creator, everybody should already know that every woman is different. But if you look at every school, church, neighborhood, women are on each other dicks. They don't they to a degree. I'm not gonna make it seem like they like super doing that, but you know the thing women turn around and say about guys like, yo, why are y'all always playing the game? Are you gay? Why y'all always playing the game? Like, you know, they're projecting. Even though they really feel like that at that moment, like, damn, what the fuck? They're that type of creature as well. Women are different than us and they're different than each other. And this is why I'm saying you gotta look at the layers of differences. You have the individual, do you have the social conditioning, and then you have the other layers. And it's like layers. So it's like an onion. So like where you're the state that you're in does matter. Like the state that you're in definitely does matter. That's the condition you're going to be in as a human being. Um, People that come from different places do impact the way they see the world and the way they behave. But even though that's the truth, there's a part of them that is childlike, that is NLP teaches us to connect to. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny because like we're all more than one person. Like a person that's a good boy, been got A's in school and on a basketball team could be that he could be a hitter. You know what I'm saying? He don't know that, but it's we he human. They're like an animal. An animal has to eat, has to kill to even to just to eat. You know what I'm saying? Has to kill just to eat. So is it really murder at that point? I know I'm saying some crazy shit. I ain't even mean to go that deep, but it's just so like it's just it's. But what I'm trying to say is that the biological standpoint of she gonna say this but do that. She's gonna say this and then go and do that. She's gonna say this and then go and do that. You know who I think is so sexy? I think this woman is so sexy for some reason. Like, and I'm not even like I don't really say it, and I don't really because I had to battle it for years. Like, she not all that, you know. She alright, you know what I'm saying? But I think this woman is kind of beautiful. Um, and it's every you know when it's a woman that you kind of like, but it's not just her looks. It's like she looks unique and you like her looks, but then it's everything about her. Like I used to be like that about Rihanna for a long time, but now it's somebody new. I ain't gonna hold you. That's key. You said as long as you make them feel right. Damn. Yeah, I mean, again, you can't save somebody who's broken, but you know, and that's another thing too. Like when I say make them feel right, I'm also me as an individual. I'm not trying to make them do nothing, and that's a part of it, I guess. But I'm not trying to make them do nothing. You could say this a part of it or not. I don't think people can understand how much I don't care whether I sleep with a chick or not. Like I don't care. It doesn't matter. Um, yes, as a man, I look at like I understand like I'm trying to crack them cheeks at the end of the day, but it's just not that serious. If it don't happen, it don't happen. But what I mean is like if you make them feel the right way, yeah, the right way. If you make them feel the wrong way, you'll get the wrong feedback. How long do you think it takes to connect with a girl you first meet? It don't. How long does it take to connect with a girl you first meet? You could connect in seconds. From my observation, from my experience, from other men's experiences that I've seen online and shit, you could connect in seconds. You could connect right away. And the problem is that guys don't know what to look for and to listen to, and they don't have good observation skills, and they don't have a lot of experience. So then, what do? You fumble almost every time. I don't believe in generalizations either. Do you think modern women are more lonelier today? Yeah, and no. Yeah, no. Yeah, and no. Again, it's like, wouldn't that be a generalization? I guess. Like, I really believe everybody is like, I believe that life is where it's at right now, and but everybody takes their own footsteps. Like, I don't think like to be lonely and to be alone is two different things. There's more women that's alone today, but I don't know if they're lonely because I can't put that judgment on someone else because I love being alone. So I really, really, as a Leo, love to be alone. Hey, if hey, I'm gonna say this, but I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. Like the AI robot, I was gonna be like, yo, if I could get a chick with an AI, just an AI chick, and just like with a pocket pussy, like I'm gonna be good. Like I'm married at that point because like, bro, I don't mind. I like being alone. I like being alone. So when I'm ready to go out in public, like I like to just pop out. Like I don't like noise. I don't like too much. So I'm just built different. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm never lonely. I'm just alone. I'm not lonely. I don't feel lonely. So I would never say that. Um, I think women are more quick to feel loneliness than a man, but I don't think that I can't put that on every woman because there's some like when I say strong women, there's some women who don't. They like being alone, like I like being alone, and I symbolize that as strong because if you can't never be alone, then you're gonna have to share a lot of things that don't need to be shared, a lot of energy, time, space, and that could weaken you up fast. Man, that's true. I feel like phones and social media might have changed the game for us men when approaching women. They feel more validated online and don't feel right with direct contact in person. You saying women don't feel right with direct contact in person? I noticed that I get more women, and I said this before. If y'all could find old videos and track it back, I say this. My things I say don't change. If I find out something I'm saying is wrong because I went out in the field and realized that what I was doing was wrong, I'll let y'all know. But a lot of stuff I say, if you track it back, it stays very, very consistent. So one of the things I always say is that I've always got more women, whether it be in my neighborhood or whether it be at work or some type of establishment. When you just approach a random stranger in the street or at Target or at Burlington or wherever you're at, they have this bitch shield that says like, I think I'm the shit. And also, I would argue like they supposed to feel like that, like right when y'all are shopping for y'all true religion jeans and shit. Don't y'all think like, yo, I'm that nigga right now? Like, I got money in my pocket. I'm about to, it's probably the wrong time. But a lot of these guys, they're like, oh, I'm gonna approach all these women and put it on camera and do the Rizz video. That's cool, but just stay a little bit more conscious sometimes because I still approach women out in public, but I'm always keeping my antennas up on what's some bullshit and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting rejected frequently. And also, I mean, I just think it's stupid sometimes. Like I like approaching women, but sometimes it feels like a waste of time. Simply because my longest lasting relationships have came from them being on my nuts. So why would I give them the interpretation that I'm on theirs? So let me see. Power says, so if she says this and does that in her body language, is her body language relevant? What you mean? What you mean by that? If she says I don't like, if she says I would like you, I don't know if y'all are familiar with that girl who said I would never date Duke Dennis and then brought him on her show and has a major crush on him as we can all see because we have eyes. Now, like you said, she can say anything, but we're seeing like the way you acting and stuff like that, and like it's like, so if she says this and does that, is her body language relevant? Her body language to me is more relevant than anything she could say. I said it right here. I said her nervous system biology is stronger and more important to me than anything she can imagine, anything she could say, or anything she could speak. I said, if she speaks, The only reason that has merit is because when you speak, when people speak, they're typically saying something that you can unpack. Like if she says like, I love to go shopping on Thursdays because it reminds me of when my grandmother used to bring me to blase blase blah. That's meaningful to her. You know what I'm saying? You could draw these correlations and you can connect with her on that type of vibe. Now again, some things make people feel other things. I hope y'all staying with me right now. You see what I'm saying? Like some things make people in it. If you're the guy that's on that ride with her and she's like, oh my God, I felt so good when I was around Will. I don't know why, but I felt so good. I made a video, I think it was the day before yesterday on oxytocin. You got dopamine, you got oxytocin. I'm sure there's other receptors in the body, but those are the two popular ones. You know, dopamine is when you see a fat ass on your phone, you go, oh, I'm not depressed anymore. Then you jerk off and you just like, okay, my day is complete. I just need to do that. Oxytocin is a little bit, it's the love hormone. It's responsible for love. It's what you feel when you're first born and you feel it around like your family members, your mom and shit. You feel that shit. You're like, damn, like I'm really, I'm in a certain state right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to put her in a certain state, which is why I'm kind of falling back from being too direct with women. Because if I walk in Target and say, you caught my eye and I want to put my nuts on your forehead, and then I'm not saying that obviously. I'm saying I want to take you on a date, but she's interpreting it as, oh, he want a nut on my booty. Then it's not about what I said. It's about trying to get it fast, I guess. You know the saying, things that come fast don't last. Sometimes we just need to be reminded that it's okay if it don't happen that fast. Sometimes we just need to be reminded that patience is a virtue and it's a masculine trait as well. And women tend to never have forgotten that too. So I think that's why another reason why I'm falling back on doing too many approaches. Like I still approach, like I still approaching like 15 women a day or as frequent as possible. But I still remember that you know science is something I haven't fully looked into to even be doing that in the first place. So now I'm looking at behind. I'm pulling the curtains down. I'm looking behind them, saying because there's multiple ways to bag a bitch besides just walking up to her and telling her, especially if she's a stranger. Like, like I said, I've always been in schools, I've always been in, you know, places where my name meant something to the people around me. So of course a woman is gonna look at you and like, oh shit, there's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you're coming out of your house and walking or driving to a store and then you get out and talk to these people, they're at work. They know each other. Even someone who's not as sexy as you that works there, they respect him more just off a general principle. They may not even like that nigga, but the fact that you work with him and you speak, because it's scientifically proven that it takes X amount of hours spending time with people before they become friends. So that's again, science will always be our religion on this channel. Because how could I had proved that last point to y'all without that science? Without the science, I'll still be like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about? How can a loser that she worked with, why would he be anywhere near her emotional whatever? Yeah, because she knows him on a first name basis. She trusts him. So if it came down to who getting hit by a car, just because you a sexy nigga don't mean shit. So I'm just saying on a relational level, and that's what I am. I'm a lifestyle and dating coach. And when we talk about money and currency is relational. Life and death, a lot of times in traditional times, and even sometimes today, boils down to who you know. Oh, nah, we ain't gonna do that to him. I don't care what y'all talking about. We not doing that to him, right? Bypass the fucking What you call it? So if she says this and does that is her body language, yeah. Again, before we move on, her body language is all I care about. That's why I made the video. Like, like I'm going to walk away from you if I walk up to you and start talking to you, and I tend to, like, my cousin know when I used to we used to eat food at the table as a female. Our favorite cousin, she a female, and we was young. We'll be eating something that her mom cooked at the table and watching TV and just, set the table eating, and she'll tell me like, I know when you don't want the food or you don't like the food. I'm like, well, how you know? She's like, well, when you don't want the food, you always go like this. I always do that. Like, I'll go like this. Cause I'm like, how am I gonna eat this? Nah, but for real, that's how I feel when I see a woman and her body language is like when she's not attracted to me. Like, I'm like, well, how am I like I'm such a cocky nigga that I can't even try to get that no more. Like, you feel me? I don't even want that no more. And what's funny enough is that the faster you get the fuck out of her face, the faster you continue to be on your path as a man, the faster you see her on a new set of terms, and the faster she feels something. Because women want what they can't have, just like the rest of the universe. We all want what we can't get right now. There's something that everybody in this chat wants that they can't have. Period. Something that's off limits right now. Whether it's a true religion jacket, whether it's some clothes, whether it's a electric scooter, whether it's a bike, a bus, a truck, a car, a trip, a vacation, just because you can't get it. Now, if you had that full access to that every day, you'd be like, damn, I just want to go home, bro, for once. I just want to be in the house, bro. I just want to chill. So when you walk up to a woman and you go straight up to her and be like, yo, you look good, da da da. She's like, okay, here's another light skinned nigga, thank you all that, who trying to fuck me. I presuppose. I could be wrong, but I presuppose. And I'm not saying that that's the only thing that they think. And I'm not saying that's the only reason why a person would get rejected or put on hold or wherever she's doing. But whatever she's doing, what I'm trying to say is her body language is all that I care about. Because a woman will say yes, no, maybe, but if she's always putting herself around you, or like, okay, fuck that. If nothing matters until she follows what the fuck you trying to do. When you tell her what to do, which I hope that all y'all guys are doing, when you give her your Instagram or your number, and then whatever the plan is that's set. This is just the bottom line. If she's not making her feet have to move at some point. Her feet is the truth. When it comes to dating, the feet never lie. You know how in Scarface he was like, he said something about the eyes. It's like the eyes never lie, Chico, or some shit. When it comes to dating, her feet never lies ever. Feet is everything. Body language, right? Which body language is women giving y'all, right? If you look at the title, the thumbnail, I put like three different forms. Two, X'd out. One, a check. That'll let you know everything you need to know. Playing hard to get happens, yes. I'm not gonna act like it never happens. But how much time are you willing to invest when you can go find a chick that's not even gonna do that shit at all? And then meet another one on top of that one. In the time that you in within the time that you're trying to get this one, and all she's doing is basically plucking your feathers by the fucking second until you're fucking just worth nothing. You go down, you depreciate in value every time you run after a bitch. I don't think guys understand that. That's why I'm here to break the news. Nate said, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This channel fire. You speak on good topics. Shout out to Nate, bro. Real shit. I appreciate you, bro. It's nothing but pure nervous system neurology, and why people bond and bind together versus why people don't. At the end of the day, I've been in field, I've approached a lot of women, and women give mixed signals a lot, of course, but at the end of the day, there's things that are consistent. If people got this term in dating called choosing signals. I came up with my own choosing signals, GL dub choosing signals, right? A chick might look at you if she wants you to come approach her. Yeah, that's one of the common ones you see on YouTube. But some of the more primal ones that I pick out, plucked out, is her texting me back. Is this bitch texting me back? If she's texting me back, that's a choosing signal. That's a choosing signal to me. If she's willing to meet up, if she's willing to meet up, that's a choosing signal. Those are my two choosing signals. Everything else is not a choosing signal to me. Because a chick could look at you. Oh, I never seen him in this gym before. And then you like, oh, well, is that a choosing signal? And then you go talk to her, and then what? I got a boyfriend. I seen you looking at me though. Nah, I mean, I never seen you in here before. Or she was, oh, you look familiar, or I thought you were somebody else, or I mean, it's different way. The shiftiness is trash to me, and I never even been told that before. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to cut through the bullshit. I've heard some guys say they rather women approach them, but then I hear women say they want men to approach them since they perceive it as more masculine. Again, you got indirect and indirect. You could be indirect and still approach. You see what I'm saying? So when people hear direct, they think linear, and they hear indirect, they hear I'm going this way, but I'm talking, maybe talking to another guy and showing that I got status and shit in front of the woman. Yo, what's up, Jack? How you doing? See, some of the smoothest niggas I knew in middle school, they was acting like that. I ain't gonna lie. Like they'll come into a room and display like a loud voice to other men in front of everybody, and that'll make them. It's like it's again neurology science, I guess, but you'll be like, oh, there's this guy, there's that guy. You know, that can happen, and women will say, oh, who's that? There's a way to get attention, which in NLP they actually teach us that attention is currency. Attention is like that's what you want. You want attention. From attention, we can do a lot. We can't do a lot from nowhere else. You see what I'm saying? So I never looked at it like that, but since I look at it like that, it also speaks to the reason why I'm saying what is her body language letting you know? Because do you even want her attention? A lot of guys don't think that like that, so they see a fat ass or Hispanic or whatever they like or whatever they think they like, and then they from that point they turn into something that they're so used to turning into that they just keep doing that and looping on that, whether it be nervous, weird, criticism, self-doubt, some type of feeling. And that's a curse, actually. Feelings are curses because when you feel something, you was gonna afterward be like, damn, why the fuck didn't I just go up to her and talk? When you was by yourself, you was like, I'm not feeling nothing right now. So why, if a chick walk in, would I start feeling something? It's possible that I could feel the same way with a bad bitch right here. Is it likely? No, because I'm so used to telling myself a story of conditioning, like women are this, women are powerful. These are things that have been injected into us. Like Power is all about to read that. Why you retracted? Power said, some people have seasons of being alone, but should you build a rotation to redevelop those social muscles? Some people have seasons of being alone. What is a season of being alone? seasons. A season is only a season is 3 months. A season is 3 months. If I'm alone for 3 months, see, I'm gonna tell you the difference. A guy with game is here. A guy with no game is here. This guy's whole existence is different. Everything he does, but brushing his teeth, uh, brushing his hair, everything's different on that side, and I want y'all to understand that because that's something also that people don't understand. And this is why women hate guys because they can't really. Okay, they can control you when you're on that side, but they can't control you and we can't control them when they're on this. It's the same thing. That's why I say it's layers to it because we're not dealing with women. We're dealing with women that are first individuals. So it's more complex than what people think, and that's why you need game because you need to be able to not get trapped in things that don't matter. Because it's human beings are more meticulous and complex than what. That's why like guys that are good with women are good with women, and guys that aren't. Because it's not like a it's not like a let me subscribe to this YouTuber, watch a couple videos and have game type of thing. It's like you gotta understand. It's like when you take you gotta be a mechanic. It's like when you take apart a truck. Like, oh, I finally learned this. I never seen myself as a mechanic, but now that I took apart this truck, maybe I could make millions or thousands of dollars off of fixing other people's trucks. And that's a real thing. And the way women move and act and operate, you can understand it the same way we can understand cars and shit like that. And the way women understand us, it's a lot of women out here across the fucking 50 states. They study men like it's their ninth period class. They study men, they're doing overtime. And that's okay. Because there's a lot of scientific minded individuals on the planet. There's a lot of curious people on the planet. The thing is that if a woman's better than me at any part, anything in life, then I don't want that woman. Unless she's good at something I just can't do or something that I need her to do. But outside of that, listen, there can only be one masculine and feminine per sitting. And that's just something I refuse to that's why, like I said, if a chick give me bad body language, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm not even gonna talk to you. And if I approached you in the past and I see you and say I gave a chick my number or Instagram, because this actually happened today, and I see a chick, I'm gonna say, how you doing? That's all I do. How you doing? But I keep it moving. And then I let her sit with her own bullshit. Because women are full of shit. I'm not saying she has to like me, and I'm not saying she don't not like me. I'm saying they come to their senses when you leave them alone. They come to their senses because they be full of shit. I'm not even saying she like me or she's gonna be on my nuts, but I'm saying I'm reading the body language and I'm staying out of her way. But I'm not worried about her. You feel me? At all. Mhm. But I think it's funny when you notice her noticing that you don't care. I think that's just very humorous. Some people have seasons of being alone, but should you build a rotation to redevelop those social muscles? That's kind of still confusing to me. I don't understand that completely because again, social muscles, I understand that. I think every man should have exercises that he uses when he goes outside amongst himself, like little I call it self-fulfilling tasks. Um, I used to say when you see people outside, say hey, hi, or hello. You know what I'm saying? Just say what's up to people. That's where I started a little bit with that. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them. I got a couple of them, but I got to dig them up out of my Gmail. But your social muscles will never go bad if you subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram at Game Like Will. DM me the word GLW, and the first session is free. Um, Nate said, "Ah, that makes sense. A lot of dudes do that. Do what?" Power said, "What's up, Jack?" Said they come in the gym talking about what's up, little bro. Like, nah, don't do all that. Friend of film, what's up, little bro? Yeah, nah, for real. Guys really be on that. It's a whole power thing that guys do amongst each other for sure. But and a lot of guys be players, but they be tender. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so like, I mean, you can't separate. Just, again, people are individuals. There's a lot of niggas I know that's P, but they soft. They P though, because why is they P? Because they understood social dynamics. That's why they was P. When 80 or 90% of people didn't. So even though those guys might have been tougher or wilder or crazier, potentially, because you can't even express that really. If you're too tough, if you're too much of a like a, it could come across cowardice. You know, if you don't cowardice, my bad. If you don't know, like how to like express your feelings sometimes, or just have soft skills or people skills, because even 50 Cent is a perfect example. That motherfucker is an expert communicator, in my opinion. He's perfect. He's like the exemplar of communication skills. Like, I love the way he communicates in the Breakfast Club and certain places. He's like peak. He's what people need to aim for. Especially the way he talk with his hands. He controls the flow of the conversation. He's talking to this person. Say I'm talking to Jack. Jack asks a question, but I look at Sarah and I answer Jack's question. That's when you know a nigga cold with communication skills, and a nigga has studied some form of a nigga studied some form of communication skills. Power says I'll be trying to chill sometimes, and especially at my job. What you mean chill? With talking to the shorties? Yeah, you shouldn't be hunting on the job. You should be stacking your money, investing it. That's another thing, is like women, and that's why I didn't like. That's why I try not to like get too analytical or critical when you said something about money earlier, because I do think that's 85% of women's uh, goal, whether it's conscious or unconscious, which is to get with a guy that has not only money, but like it could be seen as a form of integrity. Like a guy who can build a life without you. Like, I think a woman feels like, maybe it's her abandonment issues either. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like when a guy focuses on himself, it kills him. It kills the woman. Well, women or whoever is watching. Nate, damn, that's real. More power hungry fools use indirect tactics, while maybe a little more softer guys are more smooth or and player. Or maybe I'm reading it wrong. Damn, that's real. More power hungry fools use indirect tactics. Well, maybe a little more softer guys are more smooth or player. Again, I think everybody got a different definition of what a player is, but I don't know, man. I think I'm just talking about 50 Cent as far as how good he is at communicating. He's really good. It's a lot of guys though. It's not just him. And when I say guys could be soft, I mean like they could be like emotional gangsters. I'm not calling them soft like they won't stand up for themselves. They stand up people, but I'm saying like the ability to be honest, I guess, or being genuine and being real. Like when something bothers you and you say it, it's like the most gangster shit sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So like sometimes being too tough, as in when I say too tough, I'm saying someone who's too cold. Like they don't express their feelings and they don't even know how they feel because they're so used to not doing that. That could be perceived as like sometimes women don't even want that. But sometimes that look more like a soldier. Again, everything is open for interpretation. That's why dating is funny to me because it's like you just gotta go talk to her and see if she like you. Like I don't think guys understand that that's the only way to see. Like or for some odd reason she's so attracted to you that her friend says, "Oh, my friend think you're cute" or something like that. Um, they be hunting me, and when I'm straight business, it's an issue. Plus, I encounter probably like 200 people a day at my job. What type of job you got? 200. Listen, man. What you mean they be hunting you? Yeah, if they hunting you, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Guys typically get scared of that shit though. But a bullshit one. You said 200 people a day. Was you working the mall or some shit? I mean, you could work at ShopRite and encounter. I mean, any job really you encounter a certain amount of people. I think they hunt everybody. What you mean? Trying to figure out what you're trying to say, bro. Women are very greedy and they're humans, so they have the ability to be needy. I think a lot of guys sometimes we forget. Yeah, she has a coochie, but that doesn't mean that she can't see somebody and say, hey, that person's kind of cute, or whatever the case. What you're doing right now, though, Powers, is you're saying something that evades body language, but not really. Because when I was working at a certain place, I had this one chick. When a chick is even considering, like, okay, so when a chick is even thinking, like, yo, who is he? Like, say you're the new guy at the job, whatever, and like a chick could play you somewhat close. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. What do you mean? How so? What? Oh, how are you saying something that evades the body? No, it doesn't evade the body language because I had to think about it. Every time I was at a place, a chick, see, when I was at Job Corps, the chick I ended up talking to for a long time, she kind of was like, I didn't know she liked me. You know what I'm saying? So she was good at like kind of like still like she seen me because I was social, and then sometimes you just happen to be in the social circle. Like I can't even say I was in that social circle, but I did end up in that social circle, like once before I got kicked out. But I went up to Job Corps to take a trade, and I was in there in my own prerogative. I wasn't kissing nobody's ass. I had a roommate. His name was Mustard, and I felt like he was cool. Now, why was Mustard cool? Because he had like a nerd vibe, but he was I don't know if he was black or mixed with something. I think he was mixed with something, but he had like almost black, but he had like curly hair still. And when you're accepted by other guys and you're able to really hang out and vibe like that, women notice. a lot of women like me at Job Corps. I actually smashed a Spanish chick on like the first week of being there. And I think a lot of things do boil down to connections, though. It's connections and just not being hideous. Because if I had to boil down two things at Job Corps, I think that's what it was like. And then also, I'm like, I don't know, I'm tall, light skinned. I don't know if those features play a role, but just being out in the field and just being outside or being around women, and I think also being comfortable in my skin. Like I was not jittery, nervous, or even like even if there was a little bit of that underneath the surface, it just wasn't wasn't like that big. You know what I mean? Like I'm here for school. I'm here to take a trade. So I had these other things that I was doing. I think women are easy, bro. And I think that's what you're alluding to. I think that's what you were alluding to. A little bit of effort goes a long way when she's already predetermined that you're the type of guy that she would fuck. It's like somebody who wants to fight you. Like all you got to do is do something little, and they're like ready to just go straight to smoke with you. You know what I'm saying? It's like with a chick that likes you, all you gotta do is say a couple things, and it's like she's ready to do whatever because she's already seeing you as the type of guy she would sleep with. Sometimes that's all it takes. That's why me becoming a dating coach is actually ironic and funny because a lot of my like primal earlier in life interactions contrast going up and approaching millions of women. It doesn't fit into who I genuinely am because um like I said, like up until 6 years ago, I had a lot of women just on my nuts. Yes, I'm a dating coach and lifestyle design coach. So any questions, feel free to ask. Um, I see um, we got 5 votes. 4 people said they know how to read women body language, and one person said they don't, and that's okay. We're gonna drop more videos on that and just um, really get to the bottom of it because I genuinely don't only believe, but I know that when you read someone's body, and that's funny because even in Job Corps with the Spanish chick that I said I smashed on the first week, I was looking at her body language. I just wasn't really like when I first walked up. It was me and my boy Mustard. We walked up on her. It was like late. It was getting late. We had dorms and shit, but we was like by the cafeteria. And I just remember her looking at me with this look of like, who is this nigga? Like, because my boy Mustard was doing all the talking, and I'm sitting there talking a little bit too. Because again, it's like I didn't know how popular he was because he had a geeky vibe as a black man, like with a geeky, nerdy vibe. But sometimes those be the ones also that just because you're a nerd don't mean you don't hold like clout to certain people. Or you don't mean you're not cool, you know what I'm saying, to people too. Like it's a cool guy. But I think my image was more like somebody told me I got a hood nigga vibe. I actually been told that by a girl at Target like 2 weeks ago. Maybe that's what it is though. Like I don't know, but I feel like I got a bad boy image to a degree. But I feel like at the same time, sometimes I look not so much bad. I don't know what. Uh, I believe men initiate everything and lead. I don't believe they have as much power as we do. Hmm. Again, here you go again saying something else that uh, evades my new direction. Now you're saying something contradictory to what you said women are hunting you. Now you're saying something new, like taking a new approach, saying, I don't believe that um, you believe men initiate everything and lead. I don't believe they have as much power as we do. Now that's again, that's I wouldn't say it's true because women have what is called their own power. So I can't say that they're not as powerful as us because they have their own unique, individualistic thing going on that God gave them or whoever created this hellhole gave them. And if you go against it, then you might get screwed over based on certain things. But what I'm saying is that I don't care what they got. I don't care what a woman got because this channel ain't for women. And that's why the integrity is there because I care about me. See, when I went to Job Corps, I wasn't thinking like, oh, women don't have power. Women do have power. I was just having fun and going. I was really not even only. It ended up being some fun. It ended up doing that on its own terms. But I went there for my education and to take a trade. See, certain things in life unfold. I didn't know because I didn't really want to go to Job Corps. Like that was a suggestion by my sister's boyfriend. They wink, we pull. So you believe in choosing signals. So going to Job Corps was a suggestion from my sister's boyfriend. And at first I'm like, I don't know about that. Right? I'm comfortable in my zone. I'm doing whatever. But I agreed with it to him because, he went to the army and, I felt like I could, on some man to man shit, like, why not? I'm in my hometown, I'm not doing much. I'm not into anything anyway. There might be a good experience to get out and go out and, have a campus, a dorm, and get fed 3 square meals and all that type of shit, and then take a trade, and it's gonna be some holes and shit. So, when I went to the Job Corps in my town to go to orientation, I noticed the way women was acting even then. It's funny how when you put yourself or plug yourself into like the matrix or some type of like building where women are or like teachers or it's like everybody's horny, like you know what I mean? Like if you just go up to a chick at Target though, they're gonna look at you like you said, maybe this nigga's homeless maybe or some shit. Like I mean, it just depends though. But like, if you got diamond chains and they can't call you, then that changes everything. But if they could even assume something negative, then they're going to go off the hinges and shit. But like, it's really weird to me how it's A or B with that. But this is why I don't take women serious because they're not meant to be taken serious. But like, as far as them having power, I can't deny the fact that they got some form of power. But what I'm saying is that, like you said, to agree with you, bro, they're pretty much helpless when they like you. Outside of that, they have a lot of power. But when they like you, that take everything off the table in terms of power. And the thing that guys are geeking out about is that how much a woman could like you and how fast, how deep and fast. Like the chicks that liked me at Job Corps, it was deep and fast. Cause I was that nigga. You feel me? Like I said, my roommates was cool. There were people who already seemed to have, in my opinion, some type of, I want to say leverage, some type of leverage. Like I was different than my roommates. I was a white boy and a black guy named Mustard, and they were cool to me. But we ended up falling out about some shit I forgot, but it was some bullshit about cleaning the room or some stupid shit like that. And I got some new roommates because I was like, man, fuck you niggas, man, because you know the nigga that was white, he was younger than us, and I was about to knock this nigga out. So I'm like, man, I'm not even going. I ain't even just leave on no sucker shit, but it was like to a point where uh the fucking guy who runs the thing ended up saying something like, "Yo, you should just, I'm gonna move you out of here because this and that. I don't want you to get expelled." Da da da. I ended up getting kicked out anyway. It's funny because when I say this, it'll make you seem like I'm one of them ones, but nah. Uh, Somebody in there was trying to bully everybody, and he couldn't never bully me. And he was mad because his girl liked me. Like I said, I'm telling you, I had all the girls at Job Corps. Like motherfuckers on here be acting like like I ain't got no experience or I'm just some lame. But I'm telling you, put me in a environment and leave me there, and I'm going to get some pussy, and I'm not even gonna have to try. But it might be the looks, might be I don't know what it is, but y'all boys probably feel been through them situations too. But I'm just saying, attraction is already something that people gonna feel for you. You don't even got to do nothing. If a woman feels like you're somewhat her type and she feels like you're not a bum, like if she don't feel like you're a loser, then there's a chance that of y'all mating and things of that nature. Let's see. Mustard and ketchup made mayonnaise. That nigga name was Mustard, man. He was a cool nigga too. He ended up falling out. And guess what it was about? Guess what it was about? Because I did say it was about me cleaning the room, but now that I'm thinking about it, he started acting like mad unruly over some bitch. I ain't gonna call her a bitch because she was mad cool. She was actually friends with him though. But it turns out he was in the friend zone. Now that I know dating dynamics, I could put a name to it. But I sat at their lunch table. It was a chick that wasn't really my type at all, but she was extra nice to me. It was kind of like I was like Simba, I was like ruling shit, like I was ruling shit at that school, and I didn't even know I was ruling shit. Like my little homie that was there, his name was Eddie, and he was cool with the fake bully. So they both would act tough all the time, but they knew like, yo, this nigga light skin, but he will fight. You feel me? Like it's a lot of guys that they'll bully, but they couldn't bully me at all. And Eddie wouldn't try to bully me though. But Joel, he'll try anybody. I ain't gonna lie. But um, me and him had to go in the bathroom and fight and do all this stuff. And long story short, it's a lot of dynamics, but he was hating the whole time because it was this girl named Jay, and she's from the islands, the Virgin Islands, and when she was another chick that she seen when I got there. Because remember, Job Corps is beautiful because there's a lot of people there, but a lot of these people aren't really like Beyonce necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, so they're like average looking regular people. Some of them chicks was really bad though. Like I could say like, but also like on a hand, it's like two or three. There's not a lot of bad bitches. Even the chick I ended up talking to for a minute, she was like, to me she was like a 6'7" to me, but to everybody else she was like they were saying she was bad as fuck. To me she wasn't that bad. I ain't gonna lie, but she is cute as shit. Like she cute as fuck. Like you know what I'm saying, and like it was a vibe. You know what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like I had my eyes on other chicks. You know what I'm saying. Like I said, um, it was other chick. But Job Corps, they got a lot of chicks that's probably, and I'm gonna be honest, they probably 304s in their own town. Like they take a bunch of people from other towns and put them in one place, like a fucking a medley of fuck ups that just take this trade and y'all can go into the real world after you take this trade. Not to no knock on, because there's some good people in there, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of horny bitches in there. So that's another thing for another topic, for another day. Nate said, some guys think being an obsessed type of dude attracts women. LOL, Dexter type motherfuckers. Yeah, I used to think that in seventh grade, but not like overly stalkerish or nothing like that, but just like a more of a delusion. Women like delusional guys because they're emotional. Women are emotional. So if you show delusion without, um, hmm, let's put it like this: if you show me that you're crazy about me, that's going to trigger something that human beings naturally either A, want, or B, don't get enough of. You see what I'm saying? And it's funny because some of the people that made me feel the best in life, they had the ability to like show love in a more bigger, grandiose way than others. So I think it plays on that same thing, and maybe it's the love receptor that we talk about, oxytocin. Some people can slither their way into your heart for real, and I think that that's kind of when you show that you're a fan of somebody and you're really like not like Megan the Stallion fan, but like again, you're on the same neighborhood or block as somebody, but you like, yo, I favor you out of all people here. You know, you give them that special attention. I think that triggers something primal inside of anybody. And there's a thin line though. Again, if for me, I was never perceived as a loser. So I think if I do it, it's like, yo, it's more charming and it's more like I'm more likely to hit my target. But I think anyone could do it. But I think to go with what you're saying, it's not always, it's not going to always be a Dexter vibe. But there are a lot of guys who believe that, and they are weird as fuck. And you, there's an exception to that rule. But I don't believe in kissing ass at the age I'm at 30 years old. I don't believe it. So even though I know that it can, um, I don't find it useful in my toolbox at this point in my life. So when I was in seventh grade, I understood what showing love was important. You know, it was something you do, and you know, even in rejection, you might show motherfucker. Uh, you know, you might be crazy about somebody. You might really see someone as attractive, and to me, it falls in that same lane of, you know, when you stumble over your words in front of a chick, it kind of falls in that. It could be adorable at certain ages and times in life, but at 30, I'm not with that. I'm not with that. And at the age and the way the world is going and all of that crazy shit, like it ain't even worth. If a chick don't like you, just let that shit go. You feel me? I don't want no bitch looking at me as needy at all. Like fuck you, bitch. Um, job, job corp, job court is rough. I know about job court. LOL. Women, yeah, job court was thorough though. Like I fuck with that shit, bro. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Like I be wishing I could go back, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm YouTube University right now. Like I really see this as a community. Like, a lot of people don't know that I really look at it that way, and I really believe that it's similar. I think everything is connected to the matrix, aka the system, and I think because the reason one thing I always think about is like I went to Job Corps to be an electrician, and the class was packed, so I ended up becoming something like a mechanic or some shit like that. And I didn't want to do that shit. Uh, Something like that. So, but like it got to a point where I was so bored. That's when the girl I was dealing with, I would skip class with her all the time, and the other chick that I said that I didn't, that was my friend, and I would just skip class, and and it just got bad, and it was like, man, fuck this shit, because you know, at the end of the day, but one thing about life, bro, it ain't about succeeding early on. It's about succeeding at some point. A lot of people try to trick you, make you feel like if you ain't do it, you ain't gonna do it. YouTube is exactly. I was accepted as a YouTube partner a while back, so that like certain shit I seen, outside of the eye of the viewers let me know that it's a lot of shit that I started seeing about YouTube as I got more initiated, and it makes me think about Job Corps and all that shit. I mean, it's a lot of chicks too, like that you meet that either do YouTube or but they live in the 50 states. Um, it's definitely community, like you said. It's entertainment. It's something. It's important. It's something that people want and need to a degree. Educational entertainment. I love it, man. I watch it all the time. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube, so or TikTok or whatever I could get my hands on, stream whatever. Um, uh, Nate said, "Nah, you right. Right about what? Power set, be around type shit, manipulation. What you mean, bro? Yeah, when my boy Mustard turned on me, man, I was like, man, this is crazy, man. I couldn't even punch Mustard, bro. I should have punched him in shit. Something he had did one day. I felt like a bitch. I was supposed to punch Mustard, but I was like, I can't punch this nigga. I'm gonna feel too grimy, like, cause he was like, he wasn't even tough. It wasn't even tough. So it's like, but yeah, man, guys they get in their feelings. 'Cause even the girl that he liked that was just I thought it was just his friend, and I thought she was my friend. I mean, she liked me. You know what I'm saying? She told me to like I like you and shit. I'm like, damn, I look at you as a friend and shit. But like like yeah, he started acting different after that, and I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm talking to her, she like, why he acting like that? I'm like, I don't know. I think he like you or some shit. I don't know. And he just was acting different and shit. But yeah, niggas will trade on you over that type of shit, man. It's weird. I was 24, 23 or 24, 23, 23, turning 24, I think, or some shit. No, I was 23. I was 22, turning 23, or somewhere around there. It was fun though, man. My sister first brought me there. The sun was shining and shit. Cause life right before that was a little depressing, you know. I never spoke about it, but it was a little. It was like I was in this weird position in life. I didn't know I was depressed until I got in the sunlight and was around other people. And I'm like, wait, hold on, you just was kind of low key and in the Heimlich. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was until I got into the light. I'm like, okay, this shit feel way. I'm a sun person, so the sun was shining, and like I said, I had a math teacher she was white and she was like my type, and I'm like talking to her, and I forgot what I said to her, but I said some fly shit to her. I just was just living my life, you feel me, just like having fun, and I think that human beings need to flourish. You know what I'm saying? Like even being on my own out there, and it was in New Hampshire, and being out there, it was nice, and you get paid to be at Job Corps like every 2 weeks. I think you get like $20 or some weird shit like that, and they let you go to Walmart, get on the bus, go to Walmart. Just do little stupid shit, man. Shit that as men you need to be outside doing. And how can't you catch a bitch at that point? That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's why I always say I'm a lifestyle and dating coach. Because if your life is fucked up, women are gonna smell it. They're not even gonna consider fucking with you. How come you didn't put him on with the girl that because that was already friends before I got there. So she didn't like him. And there was nothing I could do unless I was a dating coach. Like now, I would have been able to tell him what to do. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't help that man. Man, that man was He was a real square individual, so I couldn't help him anyway. Like it's a dating coach I listen to, and he always tell us don't hang with losers. Yeah, Nate laughing. He was really a square. Like he was my nigga though, cause like when my mom first dropped me off at the place to get on the bus for the first time to go there, bro helped me. Like I think he helped me put my bags on the bus and shit. It just was on some like locked in. Like, I'm like, oh, you from here too? Like you from where I'm from too? It was just an organic, like real like homie type vibe. So I'm like, okay. And then when I got there, they're like, "Oh, you're already cool with him. You might as well be their roommate." Everything was cool. Like only difference was like I said, he was more of a square. Like if he grew up in my neighborhood, he wouldn't have been outside. You see what I'm saying? And he would have finished all his homework. You know what I'm saying? And what it was that his cousin went to my school, and his cousin some fine shit. You feel me? So it was that too. I'm like, yo, you. I'm like, I went to this school. He like, oh, you probably know my cousin. You know, it was cool, bro. The nigga was mad cool, and I sat at their lunch table and was like an initiation of some such. I think my energy was always still like I don't want to say the streets because I don't know if I'm considerably a street nigga or not, but I was before I was in Job Corps, I was a different type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no street. I wasn't like a super streets, but I was around more of that energy than he was. You know what I'm saying? Than they were. And see, one thing about transitioning from if you're doing anything, I don't want to say illegal, but if you're doing anything like if your life is not like if you're not a school guy, like just like a good guy at school, and you fall a little bit into like different routes in life that could be considerably negative by the government, then you don't want to whatchamacallit. Uh you have to make a true change. Like you have to want that's why I was trying to go to become an electrician. Cause I knew that in my hearts of hearts, that's the only thing I would have really felt like doing every day. And also with YouTube, like I know that I could do this every day, which is why I'm consistent. So I probably would have stayed down until I came up at Job Corps if they would have put me in the electrician class, even though there was a bunch of knuckleheads in that class. And the guy that I said I ended up fighting and getting kicked out, we probably would have fought earlier and faster because that motherfucker was annoying. He just thought he was too cool, you know what I'm saying? But one thing I respect about him is he's always one way. You know what I'm saying? Like so he's like that. I ain't gonna lie, but we had to fight because you know he felt threatened by me, so we had to do it. And like I said, man, I don't know, man. Sometimes your light shines, and you just can't be around certain people because all of they girls like me. Like I'm telling you, at Job Corps, I was 110% the chosen one. Like I don't like to brag. I don't like to do none of that shit. You never hear me brag. Look at all my videos. Look at all my lives. I never brag. I'm the most humblest nigga ever. Everybody who knew me growing up, they know that. Like this nigga's humble. It's bro, because he had this again. The chick was from the islands, and I didn't even like her. Like her name was Jay. Like you know what I mean? She's cute. I'm not going to say she's not cute, and I would hit it, but I didn't hit it. But you know, like he was a little bit more like he wasn't really chubby, but he had like that husky. I always tell that nigga, you a husky motherfucker, like James Harden looking ass nigga, like um. But he was cool though too, like you know, like it's brotherly love at Job Corps. Like it ain't never no hate. It's just like we guys, so it's just inevitable, like competition, and I think people be admiring you too, which makes it funny because it's like I could tell he also looked at me like, yo, this nigga mad. He wanted to be cool with me, you feel me? But I'm such a light skinned bastard that I'm always gonna be out the way. Like I'm not about to hang with y'all. Like like when I got there, I could tell there was opportunities for me to chill with them, and I would just play it kind of like on the side with the bitches, or just talk more to the hoes, or like I said, I'll be cool with my roommates. It was many chances where I could have really patched some type of, but I'm like, nah, because I'm not gonna do that because I could tell once I'm in there, it's gonna be too much. Like it's gonna be like the type of person he is just gonna be it's gonna be too much. And I didn't want to be cool with that nigga, so I didn't. Period. And I think that's what also led to more beef. To be honest, he was on some Suge Knight shit at that point. The nigga was on some Suge shit, and I would have been Tupac. He would have been Suge. Cause like again, I could tell they only fucked with me because other people like they could tell that they knew. Okay, you know the saying, I judge a person by how you treat the waiter. Like I see how you treat just like niggas that is it's like bitch ass, but you could bully niggas, you bully anybody. You just an asshole. You feel me? Like I don't know your history or whatever, but I don't move that way. Like you feel me? I'm the type of I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Like if I see somebody weak, I'm not going to do nothing to you, and I'm going to smile and I'm going to make you feel like you bigger than what you are. Cause that's how I was raised on love, and people who I felt like was popular that didn't have to be around me gave me a chance to be around, and they made me feel like I was just like them or on another level. So I that's a spiritual thing, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be accepted by people, and when I see somebody who's out of control with their masculinity and overly doing shit that they don't need to do, I see that as a red flag. Like I don't want to be around that. And because I was getting too many bitches, they're gonna naturally gravitate and try to see how you doing it. And and I can't even be mad at them for that. But it was just the principle, like, okay, I can't be around y'all niggas like that. It's just not enough room for everybody. Like y'all get bitches on your own time. Y'all been doing it before I got here. Now I'm here. We could talk about it in conversation, but I'm not really doing that. It does sound like it does. It's comparable to jail for sure. Maybe I spent some time in jail and didn't know because, but it's bitches in there. Nah, it's. I mean, I see what you're saying as far as the testosterone and the like the fights and shit. But if if it was jail, I would have understood the hate. But if it's bitches around, but nah, I still understood it because the chick, you know what I why I understood it for that nigga? He was kind of chubby, but he also was that nigga before I got there. So it was like I'm literally competition to the nigga. And then his chick, the chick Jay, she was really on my body, bro. Like to the point where she making it too easy, like because she's also the top bitch there. Like everybody likes her, everybody know her. But I'm looking at her, I'm like, yo, you're not that, you're not all that at all. Like you're not that at all. Like you cute, but you're not like that. And I think that mentality that I had, Nate, I think that mentality that I brought from my own town, that you know, it hit them when you genuinely think that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different when you're trying to fake, like, oh, nah, you cute, but I don't seem better. Da da da. Da. You can get in the bitch head through the manipulation, but I'm a real nigga. Like I think that I'm a genuine person, bro. Like if I think you fine, I'm gonna let you know. And I was flirting with this one chick, Spanish chick that was there. Her name, I called her Dee, but her name started with a D, and I would give her a nickname. I'll call her Dee. I was just a catchy nigga. Like everything I would say, people would catch up. People would follow what I would do. Like, and I'm not even lying. And I think I birthed the term type shit, and I periodically bring that up. because if you this was like what 7 years ago when I was at Job Corps, and I would always say type shit after everything. And the whole school was saying it before I left. Like even the nigga that I just was telling y'all about that was hating, he would I heard him say it once, like, and I looked at this nigga, I'm like, what? Because everybody else said it, and I'm like, okay, y'all can say it because y'all just it's popular around the school right now. When he said it, I'm like, nah, that shit really it's that catchy. Because when someone that hates you is openly in front of you and look at you and know you said it and say it, it was completed. And I got kicked out. And when I got kicked out, I ain't hear no more type shit, nothing. And then I always thought in my head, like, when you leave somewhere and you like, I wonder how everybody perceive me now that I'm gone. Now you hear all the type shit, type shit, type shit, and they're using it the same way I was using it. I could be wrong. I just suppose that I did that. Um, and they said, why dudes always hating on the player, dude? They hate a smooth motherfucker. Bro, that's the thing, bro, right? So Eddie, my little homie Eddie, though, he used to be under the guy that I said the James Harden, the big husky motherfucker. And he was like his minion. They were both kind of younger, a little younger. But Eddie, I looked at it like a little bro, like this nigga's like young, and he even came up to me one day because he started messing with Dee Dee because I'm like, I like Dee Dee a little bit, but he got her real quick. Eddie had her, and then he came up to me one day. He was like, "Yo," like I seen her barking on him in the hallway, and he turned around and looked distressed. And he walked up to me. He was walking up to me. He like, "Yo, bro, I can't do it." I started laughing. I'm like, he like, "Yo, I'm serious, bro." So I'm like, okay. He said he's serious. I'm listening. He like, "Yo, bro, like." He's like, I just can't do it. And I knew that he was too young to handle. Like, she was Spanish and she was like, she been around and she know how to manipulate guys. I really didn't even think I could handle Dee Dee, but I just thought she was sexy enough and I wanted to hit it once. But, in Job Corps, you don't got the time and chance to hit everything. So, um, I used to name girls after where I met them. That's funny. I mean, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I definitely, when I get a chick number, depending on where I meet her, I write her name and I write some details in the contact. Like, if I meet you at Amazon, your name gonna be Ty from Amazon. If I meet you at, and I might even say her next free day is Saturday or some shit. Like, you're gonna have a long ass name sometime. When you call me, I'm okay, cool. Um, uh, I met this girl. I'm not gonna say her name because she there's a chance that she could see it. So um, let's say her name was Spell. No, I'm not gonna say this. She's whack shit. Hypnotic. Hypnotic from the church around the corner. Like I met her. I met her before and I just seen her again the other day by the church. So I don't like when I re meet somebody because it means that we didn't work out the first time. And I got enough experience to know that that means that we're never going to work out. Did you used to have a stutter type shit? But Didi made me stutter one time in the gym because I hit her with this shit. I said I got her to herself in the gym. Like I got her kind of to herself. She already knew because I would flirt with her a little bit. She already knew that I kind of liked her, and so she was open to it too. But it was just like it was like I think I used to doubt myself a little bit with her just because she had that. You feel me? She had that Spanish joint that she had that hood vibe, but that Spanish vibe, and she kind of Like I would doubt myself a little bit, bro. Like, but I know for a fact if I really would have tried, I could have got it because I think she was a low key a 304. But I say that to say that I got her to herself in the gym, and I said some lame shit that I'm looking at now as super lame, but it was also something that made her smile and really it made her. She probably seen me as weak, but she also seen me as like he likes me type shit. So like I told her, I said, "Yo, you look so good. I wish I could plant you and grow a whole field of y'all." Like I ain't gonna lie, I really stole that shit from but it was just the fun. When you living and you just living in your truth and you saying whatever come to your mind. I said that whack ass shit, but it hit her because I stuttered when I said it, but I still pushed through and said it on some man shit. So I'm just saying it was whack, but it was worth the whackness. Cause I'm just saying, I feel embarrassed even telling y'all that, but that's what I said to her ass. But funny enough, the girl that ended up coming to Job Corps that I ended up talking to for real, she had went through her and told her, "Who's that light skinned nigga that you always be with?" Yeah, Nate. That's why I said it because I'm like, we this real nigga hours. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm telling y'all about the classic Job Corps era in my life. And what it was that she was Spanish. I had a Spanish girlfriend before, but she had that hood Spanish shit, and it was like she was built a little different. I don't know what it was. That toxic shit was there, and I think just like she wasn't even loud, but she was like she had something about her that I couldn't put my finger on. But all I know is that she was cool, and uh, I would flirt with her from time to time. And at the lunch table is where it really germinated from, because at the lunch table, I don't know what it was about the lunch table, but I would come or the breakfast table. I would come in there. I think that's when women really scan their options, but like certain times of the day, like some animalistic shit, like and I'll just be talking to the guys, but like the guys and the girls, the table would be mixed up, but I'll just be talking like, or I'll let someone open up conversation with me sometime, cause I I'm a funny nigga, bro, cause I'll play it like on some like uniform shit, like I'm on some like Superman and Clark Kent type shit, like I'm in here with y'all with the uniform on, but I'm really not like y'all on some like y'all don't know me yet. So like whatever I tell y'all, y'all gonna believe. Like you feel me? I know that shit sound crazy, but I'm saying like you're more powerful from that position because you still smell like the streets. Like you know what I'm saying? You don't. You're not a like they. She couldn't like Dee Dee couldn't say like because there was another guy in there named Hakeem. He was the bro, or was it right? No, Hakeem. It was a Raheem and a Hakeem, but Hakeem was her friend first. You know what I'm saying? And they was both from Mass, but they were cool, and it was like a little social circle they had going on. And me being a lion, I'm never gonna come in and ask to be your friends or anything like that. Scannibalistic. What that mean? I'm never gonna ask to be your friend because I'm such a cocky bastard that I'd rather just not do that type of shit. I'm gonna come around and be the guy on the outward. Like I'm going to dip my pinky toe in your reality. Like I'm going to be myself because I come from a neighborhood that I take pride in as my own self. Like I have my own integrity. I'm never going to kiss nobody else. So I think that's another thing that made me different, and it just made me more of a like a fad. Like it made people like, oh, who is that, or who's that new guy, or whatever. But I wasn't lame either. Like I used to play basketball every day after what you call it. Yeah, like leader, not a follower. Like just being myself. Like you feel me? Like I didn't even know I was gonna be popular at all. I never was popular. Like I was somewhat popular in high school and middle school because I'm not an ass kisser, so it'll fuck people up so much. And not only am I not an ass kisser, but some of the most popular people were in my neighborhood. So it's like it's no ass kissing at all. Like I can't do that shit. And be by the laws of that. And then it's just like I don't know. Like I think people are weird. Like I don't kiss nobody ass and I don't purposely do it, but sometimes I do purposely do it because it's like I just take respect in myself, period. Like I don't know what it's like to want to be down. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. It's like disrespectful. It's like disrespectful to myself. I can't want to be down. Like who is that cool that I want to be down? Like when I go into stores and places, I avoid packs of people because I'm like I don't want to. I don't even want y'all to get the impression that I care because I don't care. Like um, Power said, scannibalistic. That's what I said. That's what you said. Scannibalistic. I said animalistic. Did I say scannibalistic? I thought I said animalistic. Like when I'm at the table, I noticed that'd be one of the times where women, or even sometimes in the assembly when we're all in the gym, it's certain times where I could tell women are scanning for dick. And it's like when we're all in one spot, and it's like okay, they're not doing it consciously, but they're thinking like, okay, who's really that nigga, or who's them niggas? You know what I'm saying? And it's like your energy and what it's everything. You, I wasn't moving no specific type of way on purpose, and I think that's why me flirting. If I choose to flirt with you, it hit hard because I'm coming from a place of like, it's like I'm picking on you, like I'm picking on you out of the whole school. Like I'm just like a fucking owl coming down out of a tree in the middle of the night, just grabbing you up, like. And the women, and again, I could tell in Dee Dee's expressions that she was really on that. Like when I would say shit to her, like yo, you look mad good today. Like I'll say some stupid shit like that, or it'll be flirtation, but it'll come out of like the midnight of nothing, like out of the abyss. Like, oh, that's how you feel about me, type shit. One day, Dee Dee came up to me and she said, because she knew the chick that was my friend wasn't that pretty. Like I said, she wasn't my type, but I would always be around her and I would treat her good as a friend, and I would never, say you're not my type, or I let her down nice ways. At least I tried to. And Dee Dee came up to me one day because she's some fine shit. Not really fine, but like she's like a 7 point something. And she came up to me and she was like, "I see the way you treat," and then said her name. Like I see the way you treat her too. Like on some like you a real nigga. The like the chick don't gotta be bad. Like I got good character. Like I treat women good, and that touched her. From you know what I'm saying? That touched her because she's watching. Women are watching how you treat other women. They watching. So just me, just being a moral guy in that sense, it just was like he's not just trying to fuck just me. He's just a nice guy. Like this nigga's just a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I think those things uh, touched her fucking ass. Cause it's easy to think like, oh, this yellow nigga just trying to fuck, and it's like when you see that I'm not really. That's just a. I'm a man, but like that's not like my story. Like that's not even close to the type of nigga I am. Like I'm genuinely a nice guy, but I'm just not a nerd, and I will punch somebody in their shit. But I'm not a bully. Um, did you have a lesson planned for today? Yeah, I said it earlier. Body language. So the lesson is we already been past the lesson. That the lesson is easy. It's just body language. And if I want to tie it into, uh, I can't really tie it into Job Corps or nothing because again, whenever you're in an environment where women just are choosing you like that, body language almost becomes irrelevant. So a better lesson would be to put yourself in places where, like even when I was down south, I was the shift leader at Auntie Anne's in the mall before I become a security guard. And being working in a pretzel joint at the mall, even that little fast paced environment, like it wasn't little because you're in the mall. I was coming across nothing but single moms all day, and sometimes families and shit, but like for the most part, a lot of single moms, and they fine as shit. And I would slide my number as many times as I could, and a lot again, I wasn't fucking a lot of them though because again, like they not coming there for that, so some of them not even on that. But what I would do is some chicks that will work at the place with me, or like again, something mix that with some chicks that I met in the mall, but like I was still trying to learn game at that point, so it wasn't really I wasn't having extra motion. It was a couple, it was a little bit of motion. You know what I'm saying? I had one chick that would pick me up from the crib, bring me to like the outlets. So she'll bring me to the thrift store. Or we went to her crib. She was like Jamaican or some shit. She had some Jamaican food. I think she was in a hotel. It was her and her sister. And she gave me some Jamaican food. And then I hit that shit real quick and got the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I smashed one chick at work. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different little shit that was going on, man. Like, so it's too easy. Bro, that's me at the barber shop. I have crowds or getting known involved too much. It's best to me. It's best to be more discreet. Yeah, I don't really do all that shit, man. Like, it's just no point. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people know you, it get annoying because it's like every time they see you, they trying to talk to you. It's like I don't like that shit. Did they choose you or did you choose them? Girls like bold. Did you choose them? I'm trying to think. You talking about at work? At work, did I choose them at work? I think y'all just did y'all just leave and say zero people in here. It's a good question. Did I choose them or did they choose me? In my life, I haven't done a lot of choosing. A lot of women have chose me, and I'm not too proud of it, which is why I started learning game. Because I was like, man, these women are gonna always choose us, and we're not gonna have like any dominion over these women because they're gonna choose you. And every time they choose you, it's good to be chosen, but like if she chooses you, it's like I don't know. Like the girl at Job Corp, she was like one of my favorite chicks because she just was like I don't know, like I don't know what it was, bro. She was delicate and soft, even though she had fire underneath. Like one thing that really stuck out to me, what she did was at lunch in front of everybody one day, she just fed me in front of everybody. Like she took like when she was first trying to win me over, which I appreciate her doing because women don't be women be trying to act too hard, play hard, too hard to get to do what she was doing. But like she had came to the lunch table. I was there with all the guys, and she had took some food and fed it to me in front of everybody. And she was really letting it be known like I want this nigga. Like that really made me feel good as a young king, as a young Leo king. Those type of things get straight to my ego. You know what I'm saying? So she knew what she was doing. And if it was more women like her, the world would be a better place at that point when she did that. But she had her little toxic ways too. You know what I'm saying? But I also was fucking up a lot too because I was young and didn't know I had no game. So when you got no game, you're gonna inevitably fuck up everything. Which is why I make the type of content I make because fucking up is not something you want to do. The more game, the less you fuck up because you're too busy um, making good moments, good memories, and good times. And so, like, again, even with her, we could call her E because I don't want to say her own name. But E at Job Corps, her body language. I'm trying to remember some of the first moments when we was vibing, but her body language was she just told the other girl like, "Oh, I want him." So I don't remember her body language or nothing like that. But drop a one if you're still in this motherfucker, man. Yeah, I think that's my biggest thing right now, man. Like just not being in the right places. Like, cause to be honest, like it be a lot of chicks that choose up on me when I go downtown and go to certain parties and places. Like, so it's just about being in the right place. Cause even when I go, this is one party I go to downtown, and it's just one chick I'm thinking about. Every time she see me, she just be on me like. And I could have smashed that millions of times. Like sometimes you could smash something, but you just don't end up smashing it. Like because the circumstance don't allow it. Like a lot of things boil down to logistics. It's a lot of women out here. What's up, y'all? Drop a one if y'all in the chat, man. I see two people in here right now. I'm just taking some notes real quick. I noticed something about gambling and game sounds similar. Like they both start off with GAM. Uh, when you play games or gambit or gamble or whatever the case may be, um, your dopamine is intact with that type of shit. So always remember, my name is Game Like Will, but I'm not encouraging y'all to play a game. Now, yeah, dating could be like a game. It can be game like, it could feel like a game, but this shit is real life. It's not a game. So uh, always remember, um, life is like a game, but life is not a game. Um, you want to strategically do everything in life. You want to make grandiose decisions in life. Um, a lot of guys got plans for things that may not happen. May do happen, it may not happen, but you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's a paradox to life, is what I'm trying to say. I said vetting. What is your program, aka procedure? That's a live that I was supposed to do. I'll save that for tomorrow. And I got, would you take a woman to grab Chinese food for a first date, vegan Chinese food? That's another thing that I was chopping it up about the other day. And there's also a lot of like gyms out here and stuff. Those are also communities. You shouldn't go there to get women, but it can add to your lifestyle design in a way where at least you're not in the house. I mean, when I was in the Edge Fitness, I'm gonna be honest, there was some women I was running into. Specifically, one on my mind right now. I'm thinking about. She had this tattoo on her back, and she was pretty sexy, man. She was giving me the time of the day. I'm not gonna make it seem like she was like, we never did anything, but she was actually um, talking that talk like she was about that life. But there's so many different places you could meet women and just get shit popping. Like, it's so crazy. Uh, I think every man should take great pride and great esteem in where they go to meet their women for them, because there's so many unique ways to run into women, and you just garner them and get more numbers and do your thing, and you don't stop. I think stopping is a real issue, a real life issue in the world. You know what I'm saying? Stopping is something that always tends to happen, or being deviated from your goals or what you got planned. It's not positive. So we'll go ahead and end this live right now. Though we've been live for about 2.5 hours. Um, before I go, we're going to be talking about in the next live, vetting and what is your program, aka procedure. And I want y'all to really think about, what is that for y'all? What does it consist of? Uh, Your program could be shattered in a matter of minutes, seconds, days. See, I'm big on program maintenance. I guess that's the word. We're gonna talk about that shit later. Program maintenance. What is your program and how do you plan on maintaining it? What is it that you plan to do to keep your program intact? Because people don't think about how easy it is for your program to become undone. Like, you may have some goals, you may have some things that you got planned for yourself, and that's very important. But like me, like I had many plans in my life, many things that I seen that I wanted to pursue over this last year, and I got a lot of them kind of like xed out, marked out the way, but there's still a few lingering ones that I still have to, overcome. And when it comes to, again, we could name a couple simple things: money, living situations, car. I mean, it could be anything material world. A lot of guys see it's a problem I have with the spiritual community. The spiritual community could become too um like I had a spiritual channel before this channel, and once spiritual, you're always going to be. So what I mean by that is structure and spiritual could go together good, but a lot of the times spirituality is actually the problem. But no one's going to tell y'all this. I'm the only channel that's going to tell y'all, put y'all down on this shit. Why can spirituality be bad? Because spirituality is like this morphic, misty type of vibe. It's not structural. It's not structural. Structural. How you say that fucking word? Structural. 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 It's not as structural as structure itself. And when I talk about your program, that's nothing but pure unadulterated structure. It has no room for any bullshit. Like spirituality could be bullshit sometimes because see, there's nothing wrong with understanding your emotions and understanding how you connect to the world and understanding feelings and shit. But when it comes to your program, bro, it's the reason why most guys don't have a program is because they don't believe in what they saying and doing. It has nothing to do with if it's right or wrong. It has everything to do with them not trusting their own processes. So when you say to yourself, "Oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that," as fast as you built it is as fast as the shit can. The day that you build something, the rest of the universe could move in a way where it undoes what you did. So similar, like I always tell guys, approach 15 women a day, approach 15 women a day. I try to beat that over people's head because as well as I had to beat it into my own self because the second you stop talking to new women, the old women become old. And by universal law, if something's old, it's not as strong as whatever's new. Being a player is not about smashing a bunch of women, it's about having a stable life where the universe supports it because it makes sense. It only going to make sense if it feels right. And sense has nothing to do with logic. Sense has everything to do with feeling. Feeling. It has to feel right. Whatever you do in life, it has to feel right. So what I'll say to say that is to say this. The maintenance of no one can tell you how to maintain something you built. So we're gonna save this next live for the next live, but no one can tell you how to build something you built, but you, because you're you. If you build something, how can I tell you how to the upkeep on it? You gotta tell me the upkeep, and you gotta keep it up, and you got to tell your women how to come in and give life to whatever you're doing, or how to be the rib or be the collaborator on what you're doing. Women are still women. Women still take orders. Women still look and respect men who give orders, but not enough men give orders because they look at other men and say, "Oh, I wonder how this guy is doing that." And this and that. No, focus on yourself. A woman going to choose because she see you got something going on. She see you got something going on, no matter what religion, whatever it is. But how deep is your program? Only way you look at another man program is to measure your own shit. Like, okay, not measuring it from a bitch ass perspective though. Like, oh, like his shit better than my shit. Like, you measure it to see like, okay, does my shit make like, okay, why would I have a program in the first place? What is your goal? What is your agenda? What is your intent? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have perfect aim with that shit. I love the content, bro. I'm gonna call it a night since it's 3:40. I'm here in Cali, but I'll be back to learn more and chop it up with you, bro. Shout out to Nate, man. Real shit. Shout out to everybody who came in here though. Cause we about to end too on this. But shout out to Nate. Um, Nonetheless, I'm gonna make Nate a moderator. But yeah, we about to end the video, man. Shout out to Val Powers. Shout out to everybody, man, that came in here, man. It wasn't a lot of people, but this actually still was a substantial live, in my opinion, man. I don't have better lives in terms of viewership, but I really feel like this was a foundational live, and I could look back at this and pick it apart and say, I could stand on what I said in this live, and that's all I care about. If I can stand on what I said, that's all I care about. Another thing that guys got to get out of their system, they can't care what other people think, but see, to even say that is like crazy, like, right? Because like people naturally do that, but like you can't tell a woman not to care what people think if you care what people think. Why you say that? What's your name? Inhadi da uh, Donia 8 in Hodio in Hodina in Hedina in and hey Dania. Body language is a myth. Well, it just depends. If a woman is putting her body language in a certain position to fool the guy, then yes. But you might be onto something because a lot of women are probably thinking that deep from the beginning. Us men, we don't think that deep. So me even using the word body language is like far fetched. Like I've been like as long as I've been smashing chicks, like I have never like even thought of body language like that. Like if that makes sense. Like I never even like I've noticed body language. I've seen it because you have a body. And sometimes women say things and their body say something else. But outside of that, I haven't really been like a scientist where I just like, oh, she chose to like put her hair in a bun. So that means she wants to give me oral. I have not been one of those guys, you know what I'm saying? But I don't understand how it's a myth. You'll have to break that down. But yeah, man, we about to get out of here, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Much love, man. Much one love. You know what I'm saying? We out, man. I ain't gonna hold you. We out. When I yawn like that, that mean we out. One love. One love. Mm-mm-mm. Mm.
Man, if I go to sleep on live, that shit'd be crazy. I'm sure I won't be the first person to do it. It'd be crazy if I wake up in the morning with like 1K, 1K viewers, and I'm like, bro, why didn't I been do this? That's exactly what I'm gonna think.